Hey everyone, so after starting showing the progress on the, wow, your room is still very yellow light. After showing progress on the tweens room, the teens are like, you know, I kind of want to share our room too. You know, I have boundaries of what I will and won't show of my kids, and what I will and won't show of their own personal stuff for their own personal space. But they kind of wanted to show their room. So again, if you haven't followed the other video and follow along with other things we've done, we adopted in June. We started fostering in December, we adopted in June. So when we first started taking her in, hey, he does this every time. He's like, oh, mommy's filming. Does he not? He does it every time. So when we first started, of course, obviously when you take fosters in, the goal is to try to get them back with their family if it's feasible. Well, now we're her family and she is with us, and I hope to be her forever home. Well, not forever. She wants to go to college. So you know what I mean. But anyways, so when she first moved in, she wanted to stay in the same room as Madeline. You saw. So
hey, I'm still putting stuff in
when we started this project and when she moved in, we had all the girls, and if you haven't seen the other video, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. So this is a barking dog. Have Izzy give him a treat. Yeah, and I've got a, whoa. When I walk from your room to this room, it's like my face goes white. Hello. So when we moved in to this house 9-10 years ago, we moved in with this bunk bed. The goal was the girls were gonna have a trundle bunk bed, top bunk, bottom bunk, and a trundle bed down here. And then we were going to use the other room I just left, fixing to get yellow again. So that room was originally designed and for years has been a toy room. For 3 years of the 9 years, it was a foster son's room. So we fostered a little boy for 3 years. He was reunited with his family, but this was his room during that time. You can see all the butterflies now. When it became a toy room again, we put up all the butterfly things. The theme for my first nursery was butterfly, based on this rug right here from Pottery Barn. Everything was based on it. There's also a toy box that goes with it. But that was kind of the goal. So currently at the moment, currently at the moment, there's still a lot of butterflies up on here. These were curtains I made from when my foster son was in here, because when we moved in, were there any blinds in this room?
No.
Yeah, so there was nothing. The other two, so we've kind of been slowly making progress, but 2 years ago, we bought the girls these dressers right here. And then this year, we took down their curtains because they were causing more problems with the curtains and having blinds up. We took them down. We've got these blinds. So now we pay for everything as we go. We don't really do debt, except for mortgage. She's following me around.
You got a tail.
Stalker.
Whatever.
But when he moved in here, I wanted him to have his own privacy, so we put up these curtains that I made from him from like old world maps and stuff. Are the original ones up here?
No.
Yeah, they're up there. They're right there. So top of this closet, y'all probably can't, yeah, you can see it. Kind of that mesh look. So when we moved in, we actually had this like mesh looking fabric, because I wanted this room to be very light and bright. Toy room, you know, happy.
Childhood.
So when we first moved in, I took this fabric and had each of the kids with a different color paint for each child do handprints on it. We had that in here. But now that this is their bedroom, like, is going to be their bedroom for long term. Again, these are the two that are looking at college in 3 years. So long-term goal is this is their room. The goal is to replace these with blinds as well. But the first thing that we've had to do is we need to divide them up, you know, get everybody's beds where. So our first goal, day one, these two were fine because they had a big room. They had this room. This room is bigger. So the way that these two rooms work, let me step out here. That would make it easier. Okay, see how these two rooms are connected? This wall in the middle and that wall right there. See how the wall sticks out right there? That room on the left, or that room over there, has 100% of the closet space for both rooms, which means that room is smaller than this room. Well, the teens had all their stuff in like totes and things and just like piled up, and they were like, it's fine, I know where everything is. But I felt bad because I'm like, you're living out of totes and boxes and things for the past year since she came to live with us. I don't like that. I want you to have a place to put your things and feel like your stuff has things or has place, and to not be constantly cleaning in between travel. So that was my first goal, was let's just get them cleaned out. Well, then one day these two were trying to clean their room and they just started clearing it out, and they tried rearranging it, and it was like, you know what? They need more space. So then sometime last night, around 5 o'clock, the idea came up, I don't remember who, why don't we just switch the rooms? Was it Rebecca? I don't remember if it was Rebecca or me. But she's signing to me off camera. I don't always sign when I talk on camera, but I try to put the captions at the bottom because I don't know a sign for everything. So last night, about 5 o'clock, we took everything out of this room except that bed. Like everything. That bed, was it in here?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so that bed too. So that bed was the trundle to the bunk bed that was in here. So when Izzy moved in, we moved the trundle in here. A friend gave us this bed. Izzy was offered it if she wanted it for her own room. She said no, she wanted to share a room with Madeline, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she wanted to share a room, so we put her with Madeline. Madeline wanted to keep the bunk bed. The younger two, or the other two were fine. We brought the trundle, so Rebecca was still in her own bed, and then Sarah has the had the brand new bed. But then it just wasn't working. Everybody was either clustered or just had stuff piled up everywhere. It wasn't working. So last night around 5 o'clock, we actually around 2 o'clock we decided we were gonna do it. We waited till Matt came home. Matt and I both like wanted to talk about it together, weigh out the pros and cons while he wasn't at work to talk about it. And then we waited out, and the consensus was it's just more practical for the teens to have the smaller room because they don't have as much stuff. It's not that we're not letting them have stuff, guys. It's the fact that the little ones, not the little ones, the younger two, 13 and 11, they're still young enough to want to keep all of their American Girl dolls and their doll houses, which we're fine with. I've always had the mindset of my kids get to choose when they're done playing with something. Whereas the teens wanted a desk for arts and crafts, a shelf for arts and crafts, and their dressers and beds, and shoe storage. So day one, we cleared everything out of here. Didn't show it because I didn't think they'd want to show it on camera. Well, now they do. So I'm gonna finish talking and then they want to talk. But day one, we took everything out of both rooms except beds. The beds were the only things that stayed in both rooms. This dresser eventually ended up going last because this dresser, which is the one Izzy has, we wanted to get her one like the other ones, but we actually had an extra dresser when she moved in. We had fabric in it, but we were only using like a quarter of it. So we gave her this, and she's been really happy with it. Plus it also has like major amounts of storage on top, whereas the metal ones, thumbs up off camera if I'm good. Okay. The metal ones don't have as much storage on top. And Izzy wears makeup. Our girls hadn't started wearing makeup yet, so she needed more space for makeup than the others did. So she was loving, right? You still love having the big dresser, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she loves having the big dresser. So all we did for day two, instead of like buying her own dresser, you've already seen this one in another video, was we went and picked up, I'm going to switch the camera back over to third person mode. We went and picked up these organizers from Walmart. These were in the kids department, the Walmart kids brand. It has 4 sections, so she can divide out her leggings in this drawer and shorts and all that. And then the next one down, she has shirts. We need to get more of them. It came with 4. There's a little one here, there's a little one in her pajama drawer. The 2 big ones are in her shirt drawer right now. So that became part of day 2. Day 1, the bed was already here. Day 2, we did add, again, you saw this in another video, we added the coasters because we found out that they were actually scratching the floor. We're fixing to add these to the back of the wall because where you could add a headboard to this bed is actually scratching the wall. So we're going to add that. this was moved in here day one. Matt used the dolly and moved it for me, thankfully, because my elbow kind of gave out today while we were doing all this. Day one, the girls moved the desk in here. Day two, they have been trying to get everything arranged now. Basically, day one and day two was moving furniture. And then from here, we're basically going to be doing just arranging shelves and storage and all that. So one big thing is, again, because this was the toy room, the closet is still at the top mostly for toy stuff. But now that we have the trundle out from under the bed in there, and you know, we have a bed in here that has under the bed storage, because you saw like where we put the blankets. Those work so great for blankets. Measure before you go, because there are so many different sizes of those bins. And that is the only one that fit. And I'm glad I measured before I went to the store today. So our goal is, like, we may use the boxes from the American Girl dolls and put like seasonal doll clothes in them. Like some of the seasonal doll clothes they have, like Christmas, Valentine's Day, all that. And then put the seasonal one in the boxes when they're not using them. And maybe some store some other stuff. The Lego bins could go under the bed in the younger girls' room now, because the Legos will eventually be in a bin under their bed. We're still trying to figure out the Legos. Currently they're in, I'm coming over your head for a minute. No, you're fine. Just, I was letting you know. Where'd they go? There they are.
Nope.
Legos are in there. And for a while that worked, but then somebody gave us more Legos. And now those drawers are so heavy, it's not working anymore. And that was kind of where we were, was like, we reached a point yesterday of, we don't want to be cleaning the whole time when we're home in between travel. And we don't want to have to stop traveling to maintain a house and maintain stuff if we're not going to be here all the time. I'm hoping that makes sense. So everything kind of came to a point yesterday where it's like something major is going to have to happen. So Matt and I started looking, investing into what do we need to do to get everybody a safe, functional, welcoming, loving space to be in while we're at home. So then it became, why don't we just switch the rooms around? So Madeline kept her original mattress from, her bed is not all the way against the wall. Her bed, we're still trying to figure that out. She wants it off the floor. I mean, she's been on a top bunk for 9 years. We're still trying to figure that out. Right now, she's on the trundle on the floor, but she got to keep her mattress. And then we moved her dresser over here. And then they want to explain the bookshelf, but I think that's going to have to be tomorrow, because one of the things we were going to do was, they were going to keep the bookshelf that was in the other girls' room versus keeping the long shelf that's in the younger girls' room. I keep saying little. I keep being in denial that I have tweens and teens only now. But what we found was, if they do move all their makeup stuff to here, so that she has more stuff on the top of her dresser for like seasonal stuff and things, that this is going to have to be mounted. Like it's going to have to be. Also, in the other room, I didn't show this one. Don't put that in your mouth. I didn't show this one when I was doing the younger girls day 2, because again, day 1 they didn't tell me, cute. They didn't tell me they actually wanted to do it until then, so we're starting on day 2 for filming. They have these drawers right here that are great for storage. When all 3 of them were in here, the first 3 were in here, they each had their own drawer for like special keeping or winter hats, whatever they wanted to do. But then when the teens were in here, this became where they kept like their makeup and stuff. Well, now they kind of lost that space. So now we're trying to reclaim that space. The goal is, so it's not 100% on Izzy's, the goal was to put it here. But we don't want to put anything glass on here because this is not level. So we want to wall mount it to here. And also, again, because they're teenagers now, you guys, while I would hate to see all this leave, if they want the butterflies down, we're going to do that. But we found that with these Dollar Tree stickers, when we went to just peel them off, we've had some before that we just peeled off. This time when they did it, it either bubbled or, check this out, it tore completely. So while I was able to get the stickers off the door, there was one here, one here, here, and here. We were able to get them off the door just fine. It's not coming off the walls, and enough paint for this room. When we redid the bathroom last December, that was $50 in paint for that small bathroom. I mean, I love their bathroom, but it's a small room. So I don't really have $100 to invest in paint right now when we can be investing in furniture, blinds, the magnets to cover their vents in the winter, because we don't have central heating. Everybody heats their own room the way they want it, which has worked perfectly for our crew, and actually also saves on our electric bill to do it that way. We just don't have the $100 to put into primer and paint right now to redo these. So that may have to stay until February, March, when we'll have a little bit more flex in our budget to be able to go and get paint and primer and all that. And I may move this picture over to the younger girls' room. I don't know. I kind of like the way it looks over that desk. But again, they're teenagers. If they don't want it there, it's their choice. But yeah, you can kind of still see through that, which that's okay, because that just leads to the backyard, and like we have a ridge behind us. Nobody can see in that. But yeah, that's kind of where our goal is right now. So day 2 progress going good. So again, goals like this. This is what I mean, guys. This is what the teens have been living out of for like a year. Is like they'll put their stuff in a crate and be like, well, you know, whenever we get time, we'll do something else. I don't want this anymore. I don't want them living out of crates anymore. Some of this stuff that, like, if it's like things together, I'm fine with. But I feel like this makes it feel like they're living out of boxes, and I don't want them to be, even if they go to college in 3 years, I don't want them, whenever they're at home, feel like they're still living out of boxes instead of, you know, feeling at home and rested when they're here. So goal is to try to get as much on this shelf as possible, see what else we can do. I can't really do anything else here because the dresser, I hate floor vents, guys. Am I the only person that hates floor vents? I would rather have ceiling vents than to have floor vents, because I feel like you have more functionality in a room when the vents are on the ceiling than when they're on the floor. This is day 2, and I will bring you guys back in. Oh yeah, so also for day 2, this was originally in here, so all we did was we bought another one for the younger girls, and then the older girls kept this shoe holder in here. The bottom of the closet was completely emptied out. It did have a doll closet right here. That's been moved already. I'm trying to get some stuff to get their boots organized. But here's kind of where we are so far for day 2. Day 3 summary. Also, my new shirt came in from my friend Lizzie at G&G Designs. And I love this thing because I love gnomes. And it's all fall themed. And I love it. I'll link her Facebook group down in the description below. Day 3 summary of the teen room. We're in the teen room right now. Let me turn around and show you the progress that they made on day 3. We're technically starting day 4. Let me show you something real quick. Day 3, Matt mounted their bookshelf. This thing is not coming off the wall now. We took an old wafer rolls container from Aldi's to hold the makeup brushes. They took time to wash the makeup brushes individually. I still need to find like a small basket to put the smaller brushes in to try to separate them out from the sponges. But they're in here, and then she kept all her lip stuff in one bag for easy quick grab and go, because it's usually the last makeup we put on anyways. Mirror right here. Need to clean that. Do y'all recommend cleaning wipes for faces or something else? Let me know. Anyway, so we have all of this here for craft supplies, but beginning for day 4, Matt just brought it in. Madeline has a surprise.
It has a name. Is that a person?
Read here.
I got a new bed.
I don't think since you've had a toddler bed that you've ever had like a new, just for you, not bunk bed. Dad bought you a bed frame.
You can do naps on it.
So instead of her having the trundle that was under the bed, which is what Rebecca's been sleeping on, but for a while she was fine with that because she's afraid of heights. And anyways, so Rebecca was fine with that when she was sleeping in here, but Madeline's a teenager. She wanted something bigger, and we wanted to get it off the floor for her to have under the bed storage. So Matt bought her. Does that have our address on it?
I don't think so.
Okay. So Matt bought her a bed frame. Matt, where did it come from?
Amazon?
Amazon. Loralee.
That's why I asked
Brand.
if it's a person.
But it is a twin size, so it'll be the exact same size as this one. It's slightly different design, but it's a metal bed frame.
Awesome sauce.
Okay, we bought it. You put it together. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Yay. No, I do not trust
That's
you. You're gonna get hurt.
Gotcha. Don't show the
Yeah,
bottom of the
right.
box. Let's get this put together.